Part 2.
You are going to listen to part of a radio interview about bottled water. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 16. Now listen and answer questions 11 to 16.
The day is coming, so my grandfather used to say, when people are going to pay for water. Well, that day has come. Bottled water. How did it come about? Why are people prepared to pay for something that, up until only recently, has been completely free? With me in the studio is Bill Gilroy, founder of UK Water Starters, who promises to shed some light on this topic. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you, and hello everyone. I dare say that not many of your listeners will be aware of this, but the bottled water market in the UK was actually first established a long time before your grandfather. In fact, it was established almost 2 centuries ago when the beneficial properties of mineral and spring water were recognised. The idea of bottled water meant that people would benefit from it without having to actually travel to the particular spring or well. We humans need water. The human body is actually 2/3 water. Yes, we're about 66% water, and that water must be continuously replaced. In fact, on average, we lose 1/3 of a litre of water on a daily basis just through normal breathing. Nutritionists say we need to drink at least 2 litres of water a day. This need for water for the body ensures the bottled water industry will be around for a long time. Now, historically, the bottled water market gradually developed. It was well known in the early 19th century that bottled water was beneficial, but during the mid-19th century, the artificial mineral water market became a commercial viability for many entrepreneurs. Later on that century, this led to the emergence of the soft drink market as we know it today, which of course is a very large and sophisticated market. Underlying the move from the artificial mineral water to soft drinks was a fundamental change in the use of the product. Whilst in the early days mineral waters were drunk for their medicinal values, soft drinks are, of course, drunk primarily for their ability to refresh and to be enjoyed. As a result of this move, bottled mineral water, without any sweetening agents added, steadily became unfashionable, and the market by the 1960s had declined to an almost non-existent level in the UK. The move during the 1960s, and to a lesser extent the 1970s, towards more processed foods impacted upon the bottled water market, and subsequently sales continued to decline. Of course, today in the 21st century, this is not the case, but interestingly, in the mid-1980s, an unexpected revolution moved the bottled water market forward with the introduction of a new, recyclable plastic material that was used worldwide. This new, lighter, stronger material improved packaging and handling and was also visually appealing. It was during this time that bottled water sales began to improve.
Before you listen to the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 17 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 17 to 20.
So, Bill, tell us what's led to the present-day popularity of bottled water.
Well, as your listeners would know, bottled water in recent times has become very popular again. Some of the factors which have led to a resurgence of interest in bottled water are related to the growing use of wine alternatives, with many main meals served in restaurants. There is a growing number of people who simply don't like wine. Instead, they prefer bottled waters in one form or another. Although Grandpa used to mutter about people paying for water, price has never really played a part because people expect to pay a little extra when dining out. In addition, with air travel becoming less expensive, huge numbers of people started to travel abroad to places where bottled water was readily available and often considered the only safe water to drink. Of course, there are some few who bring their own water from home, but as you know, water is extremely heavy to carry in large quantities. In the early days, the catering and restaurant markets used to be the main purchasers of bottled water. Before long, however, supermarkets began to capitalise on in-home consumption, and the UK bottlers began local manufacturing. The market today, in total, consumes in the region of 50 million litres, which equates to about £30 million sterling. Of course, part of this total goes through the catering markets. The take-home sector, comprising both corner stores and the major supermarkets, account for the other half. I'd now like to shift focus a little and briefly talk about